Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about Roland Sands lighting products for Harley. You should be considering a Roland Sands lighting product if you want to see and you want to be seen. These things look awesome, from lighting up the road to lighting up other drivers' eyes. These things are currently being made for a wide variety of stuff. There are some application-specific items, and there's also some stuff that's a little more universal. Good for you chop guys. Installation on these really does kind of vary a little bit, but I'd say most of you are looking at either a difficult 1 beard or perhaps an easy 2 beard or BSD or beard scale of difficulty. Again, if you have some wiring know-how and your basic assortment of hand tools, most of you should be able to get any one of these products onto your motorcycle in a very reasonable amount of time. Let's get right into some of the collection. So those of you who are familiar with Roland Sands know his stuff. Super premium, super pricey, and his stuff looks absolutely awesome. It commands top dollar because it is some of the nicest stuff out there. This stuff is absolutely no exception. Roland Sands is great at blending the art of function in with stuff that looks awesome, the form element as well. These things really do embody some of that general design principle. So with respect to the item you can see on my right here, we have a Roland Sands 5 3/4 inch headlight. These things are your standard small Harley headlight. Why do they only make the little one? Because that's the one that looks good. You'll notice this thing is available in a contrast cut finish, as you can see here. This is a really good replacement for those of you who are already rocking a standard 5 3/4 on your bike. They upgrade to halogen H4, so if you have an incandescent bulb or you have one of the old seal beams, you can upgrade your existing light into modern halogen stuff. These things really do light up the road. Again, with a careful installation and a little bit of aiming on a couple night rides, you should notice a very drastic increase in what you can see coming down the road. Moving to the center here, you can see a tracker stop-turn taillight. This could be one of my favorite products that Roland Sands has ever cranked out. You can see how tiny these things are. They're absolutely itty-bitty. The tracker light, though, given its small size, puts out an amazing amount of light. Check this thing out. So again, it is a dual function light. So you can see here, here's the taillight function. Look at how bright that puppy is. And then if we light up the brake light on this thing, I mean, it's absolutely eye-catching. Even if you were to run just a single one of these on the back of your bike, I think there's not a driver in the world who could possibly rear-end you. They're going to be blinded by this thing. That's a good thing. Safety first. The other thing I like about this is it is a perfect match for those of you who are running a tracker taillight tag bracket setup. And again, you can keep everything nice and tidy, but still put out some big light from the back of your bike. The other thing you want to check out too are the accoutrements. So each of these lights have accessories that go with them. You can see here a set of their fork clamps. These are really nice to make it super easy for you to throw a set of these tracker turn signals onto your motorcycle, regardless of whether you have the ambers up front or you want to go to the rear of the bike and use their strut mounts. As you can see, we have one actually mounted to this piece of plexi here. This makes the installation very simple. Now those of you who are putting together a custom job, you're going to find your own way. You're going to make your own tabs, brackets, etc. But for those of you who have a stock bike and don't want to cut it up, some of these accoutrements really do make the install process much simpler. The final thing you can see over here too is a bezel. So the bezel on the 5 3/4 inch headlight is replaceable. The nice part about this is you can sort of get a different headlight look without having to throw on a whole different headlight, change up your wiring, and all the associated headaches. You can just swap out the bezels for a different look. Really is an innovative feature, and again, it's going to let you change up the look of your bike, kind of treat your bike like a set of Legos without having to do a whole bunch of really difficult work. Couple bolts, you're set to fly down the road. Now installation, I told you, is either a difficult 1 or an easy 2, depending on how you want to look at things. Most of you should have absolutely no problem getting this stuff onto your stock motorcycle, especially if you do spring for some of the bike-specific items. Throw your bike into our bike finder. We're going to show you the stuff that fits your bike exactly. Now for those of you who are cutting stuff up, or perhaps you're a little more adventurous, or maybe you're throwing this stuff on a non-Harley product. Again, if you've done any type of light fabrication work, you should realize that throwing lighting up isn't that big a deal. Again, if you can cut, weld, fabricate a little bit, you should be set to fly and getting some of this on your bike. And the wiring for all this stuff is super duper simple. Just about all of you should be able to figure it out with the aid of a service manual or perhaps a buddy who has done this job before. No special tools will be required, short of some electrical tools like crimpers, wire strippers, things of that nature. I really like a lot of this stuff. These are good looking products. I really am hoping to find one of these on a chopper I build in the future, and I suspect that'll probably happen given the hefty employee discount we sometimes are able to get here at RevZilla. My opinion is not the only one that matters though. Click below, see what some riders who are already rocking a tracker turn signal, perhaps a 5 3/4 headlight on their bike, have to say about them. If you've got questions about fit or you're not sure if this is going to jive with your setup, give us a holler. See us at RevZilla.com to get a Gear Geek by email, or you can always get us on the phone, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy, I'm out of here.